he's like a forklift off the ground. You know, he can deadlift a tank. So I've been struggling keeping up with him ever since, and I think it really helped on the way down. But that's how I lift anyway. You know, because they always call me a Neanderthal because they come with heavyweights. I don't like to do all the other stuff.
Chris, what's it been like for you training with Matt so far?
Well, I think it's been a pretty good mix because I usually train like really heavy and explosive, and Matt trains still really heavy, but he's very methodical in how he approaches every workout.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a good combination where we'll do a few exercises that are really explosive, just moving weight, and then we'll do exercises using all types of different, you know, like tension techniques or negatives or supersets or high reps. And you know, for me, it's been great because I've always had like a pretty thick physique, but now training with him, I've been adding in some extra detail, some maturity, more muscle roundness and fullness. So it's been great training with Matt.
So what was the rationale behind today's workout? You started with barbell rows. Why was that?
Well, we do barbell rows for two reasons. First, is even though it's a heavy movement, we start light, so we get a couple sets in with 135, get a set in with 225. So it helps for me, being the old guy, warm up my elbows and everything. Whereas, because we want to do pull-ups at some point in time. Whereas when I start with pull-ups and I just start with 245 pounds or whatever it's going to be, you know, I end up yanking stuff all the time. The other reason why I like to start with it is, one, I need thickness, but I like to do pull-ups second because then I don't have to add any weight or, you know, get really up there in the reps. I can stay there in the 8 to 10 range and get pretty close to failure that way.
Were you on 600 grams of carbs, 800 the other day?
800 the other day. 60 today.
Negative 60?
Feels like negative 60.
Boy.
Last few weeks of his prep, we've been usually doing deadlifts, third exercise in. That way it's still go heavy enough to move some weight, but not too heavy where you're going to do something stupid, especially being so close off in this contest.
We talked about this a little bit during the workout, but you know, a lot of times when people see these videos, they want to see a guy a few days out from a show doing crazy, ridiculous weights. And you know, Cutler told me Ronnie ruined it for everyone with that video. Because once he did 800 pounds, everyone's like, well, everybody should do 800-pound deadlifts, squats, you know, right before a show.
I don't think you need to do that, but I'm also not somebody that comes in and does pump workouts or circuit training, because that's not how I got here in the first place. Now, obviously, today probably wasn't my heaviest workout, but I don't know, 315 for a bent row and 150 for one-arm rows and some pull-ups. That's, for me, that's still moving pretty good weight. And I think that everybody should do that. And the other thing that I said to you kind of downstairs, I don't know if it was on camera or not, is I also have to think that, you know, even though I really want to win this show and I'm training for this show, I very well could be back on stage another 2 weeks down the road. So I can't have like a week of circuit training or pump workouts and then try to do that again and still be, you know, in shape. So I just approach it as normally as I can, but at the same time trying to be safe.
So bad, right?
So we pick a lightweight,
Yeah.
like this. I might have stole this from one of the guys.
It's all right.
I can't remember which one.
Everything's stolen from somebody.
Sorry, John, if it was you.
At the end
Could
of
be
this,
Charles'
this is
class
very
as well.
nice.
I steal from many, many other trainers.
We pull it all the way down, and now we hold the contracted position with one, alternate. So you got it always contracted.
It's an extended contraction, extended tension on the muscle.
You make it through about 6 of those suckers. Then you just rip out a couple full ones with 2 hands.
For those, a lot of guys who watch these videos, they're in a permanent off-season mode because they don't. A lot of guys don't compete; they just want to be big and strong. How is it? What's it like trying to still be strong and move big weights when you're doing days of like 50 grams of carbs a day and hour of cardio, 2 hours of cardio? Sometimes I'm thinking.
Yeah. This is really the first prep that I've been this severe with carbs as far as depleting and whatnot. And it's definitely a little bit more of a challenge.